Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen, saying they finalized their divorce.
I've always tried to do the best I could do here, and then when I leave their families and their career, and everyone's sitting in this room, everyone's sitting home is trying to wake up every day doing the best they could do for here, try to do the best I could do, and that's what we all try to do, I'm sure.
For years, Tom Brady appeared to have everything: a legendary football career, a loving family, and a life many people admired. But behind the championships and public success, his marriage to Gisele Bündchen was quietly falling apart. Now, at 48, Brady's own reflections, along with Gisele's past interviews, paint a clearer picture of what led to one of the most talked about divorces in sports. Here's the story behind the relationship that couldn't survive the pursuit of greatness. The warning he couldn't ignore. Long before their marriage came to an end, the warning signs were already there. From the outside, Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen seemed to have built the perfect life together. He was winning championships, while she had stepped away from much of her modeling career to focus on raising their family. To many, they represented the ideal balance between success and family life. Behind closed doors, however, things were far more complicated. In a 2020 interview with Howard Stern, Brady revealed that Gisele had once written him a deeply personal letter. It wasn't a love letter or a note of encouragement. Instead, it was an honest expression of her frustrations and disappointment with the direction their marriage was taking. According to Brady, Gisele felt that their relationship had become one-sided. While he devoted nearly every waking hour to football, she found herself carrying most of the responsibilities at home. She believed she was raising their children largely on her own, while Brady remained focused on practices, games, training sessions, and the demands of being one of the NFL's biggest stars. Brady admitted that reading the letter was painful because he knew there was truth in what she was saying. Rather than throwing it away, he kept it in a drawer, returning to it from time to time as a reminder of the conversations they had shared and the changes they both hoped to make. Although the couple attended counseling and tried to strengthen their relationship, the demands of Brady's career never truly disappeared.
Gisele Bundchen addresses her marriage to Tom Brady amid rumors of relationship trouble between the two.
Even during the off-season, business ventures, endorsements, and other commitments continued to occupy much of his time. For Gisele, the issue was never simply football. It was the growing belief that their family was constantly competing with Brady's career for his time and attention. While he remained committed to achieving greatness on the field, she hoped for a future where family would finally come first. Those conflicting expectations quietly widened the distance between them, setting the stage for the life-changing decision that neither of them could avoid. Neither of them realized that the choices made over the following months would permanently change the course of their family's future. The decision that changed everything. By early 2022, it seemed the couple had finally reached the moment Gisele had been hoping for. After 22 seasons, 7 Super Bowl championships, and
Super Bowl appearances, 7 victories, Tom Brady. How about that? Check to local initiatives support.
Countless records, Tom Brady announced his retirement from the NFL. For the first time in decades, it appeared he was ready to put football behind him and focus on life with his family. Gisele welcomed the announcement with excitement. She publicly expressed her support and looked forward to the next chapter of their lives together. After years of balancing Brady's demanding football schedule with raising their children, retirement seemed like the fresh start they had both worked toward. That hope didn't last long. Just 40 days later, Brady stunned the sports world by announcing that he was returning to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for another season. In his statement, he explained that he still felt his place was on the football field. While many fans celebrated the news, it reportedly came as a devastating disappointment for Gisele. According to multiple reports at the time, the issue wasn't simply that Brady wanted to keep playing. It was that they had already discussed retirement together and begun planning their future as a family. His decision to return to football reportedly left Gisele feeling that the promises they had made together had been set aside. As the 2022 season approached, the strain on their marriage became increasingly difficult to ignore. Brady briefly stepped away from training camp for personal reasons, fueling speculation that problems at home were becoming more serious. Before long, reports surfaced that the couple had begun living separately and had consulted divorce attorneys. Those close to the situation described a relationship that had been under pressure for years. What many people saw as a disagreement over football was, according to Gisele's earlier comments and Brady's own reflections, the result of much deeper issues that had been building over time. The season itself became one of the most challenging periods of Brady's career. While he continued leading his team on the field, observers noticed that something seemed different. Former colleagues later recalled seeing a man carrying an emotional burden that extended far beyond football. On October 28, 2022, Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen officially finalized their divorce after 13 years of marriage. Both released respectful public statements emphasizing their commitment to co-parenting and putting their children first. Although neither spoke in detail about the reasons behind the separation at the time, the story was far from over. For the public, the divorce marked the end of one of sport's most recognizable marriages. For Brady and Gisele, however, it was the beginning of a new chapter, shaped by separate paths, personal reflection, and difficult adjustments. In the months that followed, interviews, public appearances, and Brady's own comments gradually revealed a deeper understanding of what had ultimately brought their marriage to an end. Life after the divorce. As the public tried to understand what had happened, Gisele Bündchen decided to share her side of the story. In 2023, she gave her first major interview since the divorce, making it clear that many of the rumors surrounding their separation were simply untrue. One rumor, in particular, had followed her for months, that she had given Brady an ultimatum to choose between football and their marriage. Gisele firmly rejected that claim, calling it inaccurate and deeply hurtful. According to her, the end of their relationship wasn't caused by a single decision or one football season. Instead, it was the result of years of gradually growing in different directions. She explained that when they first met, they shared the same dreams of building a family and a life together. Over time, however, their priorities began to change. While Brady remained fully committed to his football career, Gisele wanted a life that allowed for more balance, presence, and time with family. It wasn't about asking him to give up the sport. It was about hoping they could build a future that worked for both of them. In another interview, Gisele described the divorce as the death of a dream. The emotional phrase revealed that ending the marriage had not been an easy decision. Despite everything they had experienced, she said she still wanted Brady to be happy and hoped he would continue to succeed in life. Meanwhile, Brady faced challenges of his own. In 2024, he participated in The Roast of Tom Brady, where comedians repeatedly joked about his divorce and personal life. Although he laughed through much of the show, he later admitted that the experience affected him more than he expected. The most difficult moment came after the special aired, when his children asked why their family's struggles had become part of the entertainment. Brady later described those conversations as deeply painful and acknowledged that agreeing to the roast was a mistake. He even apologized to Gisele for allowing jokes about their family to become part of the program. By 2025, both had clearly moved forward with their lives. Gisele welcomed a baby with Joaquim Valente, and later that year, reports confirmed that the couple had married in a private ceremony. Around the same time, Brady shared more personal reflections in a newsletter, acknowledging that no one is perfect and that life often involves disappointing the people you love. He wrote that a person's actions ultimately reveal their priorities, a statement many interpreted as one of his most honest reflections on the choices he made throughout his career. While he never directly blamed football for the end of his marriage, his comments suggested a deeper understanding of the sacrifices that came with pursuing greatness for so many years. Looking back, Brady's football achievements remain unmatched, but his own words suggest that success can sometimes come with personal sacrifices that only become clear years later. His story isn't simply about championships or records. It's also about balancing ambition with family and the difficult lessons that can come from realizing those two goals don't always align. Tom Brady's legacy as one of football's greatest players is already secure, but his personal journey tells a very different story. Sometimes, life's biggest victories come with unexpected sacrifices and lessons that only become clear with time. What do you think about Brady's reflections? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories like this.